Hi everyone, it's Marissa from the blog bumblebeeapothecary.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you a homemade face exfoliator. And this is not just any homemade face exfoliator, it's a very unique and, in my opinion, the very best face exfoliator that there is. It is a whipped tallow balm sugar scrub. This video is being done in collaboration with several of my YouTube friends. There will be links in the description box below to their channels. We are all sharing some Valentine's Day DIY projects, so definitely be sure and head down and check out their YouTube channels and the videos that they're doing in collaboration for some other really great Valentine's Day DIY projects. The videos are from the channels Our Oily House, Life More Abundant, Backroad Bloom, and Healthy Home Chick. They are more great YouTube channels full of awesome content, and you're really going to love their channels. So I've talked a little bit about this sugar scrub before in a previous video where I talked about my all-natural skincare routine and everything that I use there. I love this stuff. It's amazing. It combines the benefits of tallow. It's like sort of doing the oil cleansing method on your face with tallow, which I think is the best way to do the oil cleansing method. But then it's also a exfoliating treatment for your face with some organic raw sugar. So it gives a really gentle but thorough smoothing and exfoliating for your face or anywhere else that you wanted to use it. It moisturizes and nourishes and hydrates and renews and everything at the same time. So it is amazing just with those two ingredients, the tallow balm, which is either tallow by itself, or if it's a very stiff tallow at room temperature, a little tiny bit of olive oil added to make it softer. And then I like using organic raw cane sugar. And then if you want, you can make it even better by adding some different essential oils. I like lavender because it has amazing skin properties. It's great for clearing acne and healing things and just reducing inflammation, and it smells really nice. Or you can use a citrus one, like lemon is another favorite of mine for on your face. You could do rose if you wanted some more moisturizing and calming and anti-aging type of benefits, or you could do some blends that are specifically for the skin. There's really a lot of different possibilities. So let's jump in and I'm going to show you how to make this. To start, I'm going to melt my tallow. I'm going to put a cloth in a pan just so that the jar doesn't have any chance of breaking, and put it into the pan with some water. That way I can melt the tallow and I'll be able to measure it a lot easier than I would be able to when it was still solid. So I'm just going to stick that onto the stove to melt. Now you can see that it's mostly melted. I'm not worried about the part that's still solid because I don't need nearly all of that in that jar. So I'm going to measure out the portion that I need. There will be a link to my blog where there is the full written recipe with all the instructions and all of the measurements. There's even a printable recipe card there, so lots of great resources. So I'm going to pour the melted tallow into my large mixing bowl, and next I'm going to be adding some liquid oil. This is just because the tallow tends to be pretty stiff at room temperature and I want it to be just a little bit softer and easier to use. So I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil is what I'm using this time, just because I have a lot of it on hand, but olive oil or any other skin-friendly liquid oil would work great. So I'm just going to mix that around a little bit, and then I'm going to let it solidify. I'm actually going to stick it in the refrigerator to speed up this process, but if you have a lot of time, you can also just let it harden at room temperature. Now that it's nice and solidified, I'm going to get some of my sugar ready and measured so that it's easy to add when it comes time. And next I'm going to get my hand mixer ready. You could also use a stand mixer if you wanted to, but for the sake of having the video see what I'm doing easier, I am just using my hand mixer for this, and it works really well. So it's going to be stiffer to start with, but it'll soften up and start getting light and fluffy the more that you mix. I usually start with a lower speed with my mixer when I first start, and then as it gets loosened up and lighter, then I speed it up to full speed. So you're just going to mix, and then you'll see you have to stop and scrape down the sides of the bowl every now and then just to keep it all nice and even texture. Now that I've been mixing for a while and the tallow is starting to get really nice and fluffy, I'm going to start to gradually pour in the sugar. So I'm going to just slowly pour it in while I continue to mix. Again, stopping now and then to scrape down the sides so that it all gets evenly mixed. At this point, everything is well incorporated, and the only thing left is to add the essential oils. These are optional. You could definitely leave it plain if you want, but it makes it really, really nice. And the different essential oils have great skin properties that are wonderful to use. Also, if you want to make it a Valentine's Day theme, some really nice essential oil choices would be vanilla or rose. So I'm just going to finish adding those, and then once they are all added to the correct amount, I will mix a little bit more just to get the essential oils fully incorporated through all of the sugar scrub. Now it's finished and I'm ready to put it into my container to store. As always, I love using glass just because it's a nice, safe, non-toxic option. This is my personal container and it still has some in it, but I'm just going to fill it up the rest of the way with this. And the rest I'll store in another container, but you want to just store it in a glass container with a lid. It's very shelf stable as it is, since there's no water or anything in it, but you do want to make sure that when you're using it, use dry hands when you scoop it out, just so you don't introduce water into it that might cause it to mold or spoil or something. And there it is, all ready to go, a beautiful sugar scrub. Perfect for Valentine's Day. Okay, I hope you enjoyed seeing that and I hope you give it a try. Down below, I'm going to link sources for all of the ingredients that I use to make this so you can find those easily and make it yourself. And then if you'd rather pick up a pre-made version, I offer this in my shop and I'm going to have a link to that below also. Let me know what you think. Does it look like something that you would like to try? I hope that you do. If you have any questions or anything, leave me a comment. Also, let me know if you are going to give it a try, and if you do, what you think of it and what essential oils you end up using or want to use. I always love hearing from you guys and I always respond to all the comments that I get, so go ahead and leave me a comment below. Remember also to head on over to my friends' channels and check out their fabulous Valentine's Day DIY projects that they're sharing over there. I have links to their channels in the description box below. If you like this video, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I make new videos every week on living a sustainable handcrafted lifestyle. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.